Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video that's going to be this month's collected haul. I'm going to show you all the things that I added into my collection through the month of August, and we are just going to see which things have been working out, which things have not, and I am gonna let you know about all the things that I bought myself, and also I'm gonna end with the things that I got in PR. I do these kind of hauls monthly just to show you all the things that came into my life, give you some quick thoughts about the things that I've already been using, and also allow you to know about the things that I haven't been using yet so that you can request what you would like to see videos on. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I am such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related, especially things that are a little bit more colorful, like this look right here that is actually using one of the palettes that we're going to be talking about today. So if you want to see more of that, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos every week. Yes, you heard that correctly. We're going into fall season. We're back to 5 videos a week. I'm extra excited because this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Thank you so much, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this video. I am, per usual, a happy HelloFresh customer. I've been using HelloFresh for a really long time, and me and my husband, we used to we don't hate cooking, but we really don't like going to grocery stores. The whole meal planning, that it's not for us. We can go to the grocery stores and buy like snacks and drinks and breakfast, even though you can get that at HelloFresh as well, and maybe we should actually try that because HelloFresh is just so convenient. But I don't like planning meals, and with HelloFresh it's like ordering from a restaurant. You get everything pre-measured to your door, and then you just have to cook it. You don't have to do the planning and the plotting and the chopping and the measuring, none of that. So it's like shopping from a restaurant, but then you get to make the dishes yourself, and the dishes are delicious. We're talking restaurant quality dishes. I would not have kept up with this had it not been good food, because I'm not a snob, but my husband is a little bit of a food snob, and had this not been good food, he would not have wanted to continue with this. So it's definitely good food. Me and my husband do the vegetarian option, but it's very flexible. You can change in and out courses if you want to try something else. Maybe you're a flexitarian, that's what we are, and you see a dish that has chicken and you want to try it, you can change out proteins. It's also flexible with the plan. Like if you don't want to do it one week, you want to skip a week, maybe you want to send it to your vacation home, maybe you want to add something. Very flexible and helps you to keep your diet the way you want it to be. There's also a lot of dishes that are made with 30 minutes or less, which is what I like, because when I'm hungry I need to get food fast. Okay, I will get hangry. So I like to pick a couple of these courses that I can have like quick options, and I really want to get food now. And we do HelloFresh for 4 people, even though me and Ricardo are the only ones living in this household except all of our pets. It's just Sue right now, but we like to keep leftovers for lunch. It's such a great way to have lunch the next day, and HelloFresh is as good the second day as it is the day when you're cooking it. And it's so easy to save money having leftovers for lunch instead of going out and buying lunch every day. So for us, this has really been working out. We have been cutting down so much on like fast food and restaurants and like takeout and all of that, because when we have the food at home, we will cook it. The problem is when we don't have food at home, we just won't go to the grocery store. So if you're like me, you will find this to be very convenient. I will leave all the info, of course, down in the description box. So go to HelloFresh.com and use the code AngelicaBCP for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. That is HelloFresh.com and use the code AngelicaBCP for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. I will leave all of the info, like I said, down in the description box. Thank you again, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this part of the video. I am, per usual, one happy HelloFresh customer, and if you're just curious about HelloFresh, do check out the link down below and see all of the different dishes that they're offering. They have really good ones, like ones that I would order if I was out eating in a restaurant. So don't forget to check that out. But now let's jump into the haul, because I have a lot of things to talk about. And like I said, per usual, I'm gonna start with the things that I bought myself, and then I'm gonna end with the stuff that's in PR. And in the description box you will find all of these things linked, and I've also linked corresponding videos if there's any. Well, most of these things I've already included in videos if you want to see swatches, if you want to see looks and all of that. But I will try and share some thoughts about these as we go along. I have some really fun stuff here. I think I've used most of this. Most of it. I think I've used most of it. Let's start with something totally different, something that I haven't shown you in a bit, and I bought a hair tool. This is from Bedhead, and this is their hair tool. I bought it at Ulta. I think this is like the most affordable one. I have a TikTok. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this on like shorts or something as well, but I do have a TikTok. I'll link that down below with me using this one. I've only used it once so far, but I think it worked out really good and I really liked how it looked. I just wanted to let you know that I did buy this one because I do get a lot of questions about hair. So every time I buy something for the hair, I want to let you know what I bought, how I use it, and how I feel about it. And so far, I'm really liking that one. I also did buy 2 hair products from Ulta. The first one is that I did re-buy this one. This is from Sexy Hair. This is the Surfer Girl Dry Texturizing Spray. I love this. This is my second. If you saw my empties, you know that I went through one of these, and this is my backup. Like, not my backup, but like my repurchase. Love it so much. Bought it, went through it, bought it again. 10 out of 10 recommend. Such a beautiful texturizing spray that really gives you volume and texture without making it look sticky or dirty, which is something that I really appreciate. I also bought this one because I thought that this was going to be amazing, but it doesn't work as good as I thought it was gonna work. This is from Batiste, which normally makes my absolute favorite dry shampoo. I'm gonna be trying this out a little bit more because I tried this on like day 3, day 4 hair. I don't think that this gave the result that I was looking for. And this is the Dry Shampoo Overnight Deep Cleanse. Helps, it says detoxify hair, that's not really a thing, while you sleep. And this is how I use dry shampoo. When I go to bed, I will spray my roots with dry shampoo. I will put up my hair in a bun with like a silk scrunchie, and I will sleep like that. It helps my hair last longer, and I thought that this was going to work even better than other dry shampoos because this is made for sleeping, but I don't feel like that. Although I will say, it smells wonderful. It smells like salon hair products, and I really do like that one, but it doesn't work as I thought it was going to work. I hope that that makes sense. I did buy the, oh, I have them here. I did buy the palettes from Give Me Glow, and I did get the replacement shadows. Hold. Okay, here they are. If you did see my video where I was talking about these are the Nightlife palettes by Give Me Glow. This is the blue-green one with a pop of yellow. This is really beautiful. My favorite is the other one. I thought that this formula was a little trickier than I thought it was going to be. And I'm not going to say that I'm a pro, but I'm fairly good with eyeshadow. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. This is the Nightlife Coral one. And this one was missing a shadow. So this is the shadow that's meant to... Oh, it's stuck to the palette. This is the shadow that's meant to go into this palette. And when I got this one was a little broken. You can see I pressed it myself, and they did send me a replacement. This is Jellyfish, and this one was missing. I still prefer this one more than the other one. I feel like these shades were easier to work with. I totally understand the hype for Give Me Glow. I understand why so many people like it. I think that the reasons why people like it is some of the reasons why I found it a little bit tricky. I think the formula is very I don't want to say dry, but it does feel a little dry. Why can't I put it back in the sleeve? It's a little dry, but very pigmented. I still have not had time to play with this on a set base, but since I filmed that video, so many people have let me know that the way that you use these shadows are definitely over a set base. So that is what I'm gonna do. And if you bought these and you're having some issues or similar issues as to what I had, maybe try a set base, because a lot of people are letting me know that that is how they get the shadows to look the way they want them to look. So I'm just here to spread some knowledge and spread some wisdom about these shadows. I did buy the Jaclyn Cosmetics Strawberry Feels collection, and I really liked my looks with this. I thought that these were really good shadows. I had no problems working with it. I think these were pigmented and buildable and blendable, and I really like the looks that I did. I do have a video with this one, and I also... Who remembers this one? There's also a lip pencil. Ah, here it is. So I bought the orange liquid lipstick and lip pencil. This is in Popsicle, I think. Sugared. I don't know what I'm talking... Where did I get... I don't want to talk about it. It's in Sugared. This color is just not it. And if you want to see this video and you want to see how this looked on me, I did not like it on me. Maybe with a different lip liner that was a little bit more grounded. Something that was like... I don't mind a neon, but I don't want it on my lips. Let me just put it like that. There were a couple of people that really did like the lip color though, and let me know in the comments that you thought it looked great. So if you are looking for a super bright, white-based, almost neon shade, maybe you'd like this super almost neon-y coral. For me, I like my oranges to be mixed with yellow instead of white or pink. That's just a personal preference. I also didn't really love the formula of this one. I thought it was a little dry and cracky. I think the other lip formulas I tried from Jaclyn has been better than just this specific color. The palette I really like though. I thought this was a good palette. I enjoyed the palette. I thought it was good. I didn't buy that many palettes this month. Was those the only palettes I bought? Go me! Oh, I bought the blush as well from Gimme Glow. This is in Hey Honey. Love a color like this. Like a yellowy, like a mustard. I love an orange blush and I love a yellow blush. Overall, I just love things that lean yellow. If it's a yellowy orange, sign me up. And sometimes when I can pick between something that looks yellow and something that looks orange, I might pick the yellow just because at least then I know it's yellow leaning. Because if I pick the orange and it ends up being like this one, which is like more of a neon peach, I'd just be disappointed because I want orange. I don't want peach. I don't want coral. I want orange. I did make an order. Finally, I said I was gonna do this in my new makeup releases, that I was gonna make an order from Auric. So I bought the Glow Lust and I bought it in Pyrite. I did wear this in a video that went up on my channel. I wore a couple of these things. I will link a couple of these things in clusters down below so that if you are interested in those things, you can see what Get Ready With Me they are like connected with. Because I did a full face of trying new and hype makeup and I did a full face of trying drugstore makeup. And a lot of these things are connected to those videos and I will just link that down below so it's easier for you to find it. But I did try this one and I did try the lashes. I think I'm gonna take it out of the packaging. I really like the packaging though. It's really, really cute. But I don't need to be storing it like that. It came in a compact like this. And you open it up and there are 2 pairs of lashes. I've used the half lashes so far. And that video has already gone up. But it's like, I wore them yesterday. That's when I wore them. I think they're really good and they're really different from what I have in my collection. I usually pick something that's longer because they're not as long as these. I usually pick something that's longer. I will say they were a little stiff and tricky to put on the first time, but I do feel just from wearing them that these are the kind of lashes that are most probably going to be very easy to put on like after just the first time of like shaping them a bit. So I look forward to wearing those even more, and I like the idea of getting 2 lashes in, even though I will say, would I have preferred to just buy all the half lashes? Probably, because that is what I wear, if we're going to be honest. About a Makeup Revolution item. A lot of you have been seeing my video where I was basically talking about that Makeup Revolution seems to be a little bit in trouble. They have not been acting good. They're a little bit in trouble. I will leave a link to that video down below. I did use this one in the trying new drugstore makeup. I like it, but I will say the longevity on this one, it's not there. Oh, there's some plastic here. It starts to break up and get very, very glowy on me a lot earlier than some other foundations that are also a soft matte finish. So if you have dry skin, this might be a matte foundation if you have a dry skin. Also, I bought the shade F7, which was described as medium with neutral undertones, but I don't think this is a medium. I don't even know if I think this is a light medium. So definitely try and see some swatches and see what other people are wearing before you buy this one, because I didn't think the shade descriptions really matched what I got, which is usually a problem with Makeup Revolution. A lot of people also telling me in the Makeup Revolution video, they're like, why are you saying this? Makeup Revolution is doing so good in my country. And I hear you. The article was about Makeup Revolution not doing good in the US. That is what I discussed. I have no idea how Makeup Revolution is doing in other countries. That is not what the article was talking about. It was talking about the US. And I did say that in the beginning of the video. So if you keep that in mind, I think a lot of the things will just make a little bit more sense, because people were like, oh, but e.l.f. is so expensive in my country. I get that. But the whole discussion was that they were fighting with inexpensive brands in the US, which is a different ballpark. Oh, and about this one, Makeup Revolution Cream Bronzer. I rarely say this, but I honestly think that this is so great. This is affordable. This is blendable, pigmented, but not too pigmented. You can still sheer it out. Yeah, I recommend this one. This is a really good cream bronzer. I have mine in medium, and I definitely think that this is a medium, and it also shears out so it can look less like this in the skin. Very blendable, high quality, easy formula to work with, like a forgiving formula. I definitely think that this is a good one. If you're looking for cream bronzer from the drugstore, buy this one instead of the Pacifica Elf NYX ones. This one is so much better. I also bought the One Size powder. I bought this when I was in New York. I think, and I'm wearing it today, immediately when I wear it, it looks too glowy. Immediately when I wear it, it looks too matte, but then I feel like it's not really holding the matte because I'm looking so glowy in my T-zone now, and it's like I powdered this entire. I remain undecided. I'm using this one and I will see how I feel about it. Right now, I am not 1,000,000% sold on it, but that might change. So I'm gonna have to use it with some foundations that I like really know and love, just to see how I feel about it. Because right now, I'm starting to use it with other foundations. I'm in the process of reviewing it. I'm undecided. Let me just say that I'm undecided. I bought something from Laura Geller. I bought this straight after I was editing my new makeup releases, where I was talking about this new blush pop sponge serum. This is a serum blush from Laura Geller. I was like, oh, I'm so intrigued by this. And then I was editing the video and I'm like, but if you're so intrigued, just buy it. And you know what? I really like it. This is a sheer coverage, like pretty liquidy serum blush. I did use it in a YouTube video. Again, I will cluster them down below so that you can see it. I also have a dedicated TikTok on this one. I like it, but it doesn't work if you powder your base. If you powder your base, pick another blush, because this one will lift everything down to your absolute, like your bare bones. It will lift like no tomorrow. I also bought some new lashes from House of Lashes. This is me falling for an Instagram ad. I will 1,000,000% admit that. I bought these lashes because they were saying in an Instagram ad that these minis that I've never bought before from House of Lashes are perfect if you have glasses, because they will not touch your glasses. And I was like, we're gonna try that out. I have glasses. I don't know, I don't wear them when I'm filming, and usually I don't have a problem with lashes because I put them on from the top instead of putting them up. It's a whole thing. I have a video that's pretty old where I'm describing this, but it really helps. Put your lashes on from the top. But I want to try these, and I want to see, even if I put my glasses like as close as possible to my eyes, will they touch the glass? We're gonna try this out. I'm interested. I'm very interested to see if that is true. I love that I put the box back, so I'm like, can't forget about this. This is a Sigma Beauty eyeshadow primer stick in Ignite. I'm wearing it today for this eyeshadow. This is, according to me, the best primer I've ever tried. I think that this primer is amazing. It has pigment, it's easy to blend, it feels not too greasy or creamy, it doesn't crease on me, it makes my eyeshadows pop and last longer. And I feel like it's the perfect mix of not dry, but like staying put and being sticky. And it's, I really love this one. And I bought two. And I got the package in here just to remind you that I bought two of this. I already have them in rotation, both of them for some reason. They're great, I love them. When I go through, I will buy more, and I bought these myself. I do get some PR from Sigma, but this one I bought myself. I also bought two of this, and I put the box in here to remind you. This is the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. I also have that in my brows today. Same here. I bought two. I love this so much. I don't want to be without it. So when Sephora got it back in stock, I bought two of it. It's just such a great product. Oh, and I bought this one. This is a skincare product. I rarely buy skincare. I'm gonna be honest. I rarely buy skincare because I have the honor of getting skincare PR from some brands that I really like. But I did some research because I went through my retinoid. So I did some skincare about retinol and retinoids, and this is the Skin Drop Renew Advanced Retinol Complex. A lot of places were saying that this one was the best, so I bought it. This is just a box, and I'm using it right now. I'll let you know, I guess. I am getting a little flaking around here, so far I've only been using it once a week, but I just wanted to let you know that I actually did buy some skincare, and that is the one that I bought, and so far so good. I haven't had any really big reactions, but I'm definitely seeing a little bit of flaking, which is very normal when you start a new treatment, but I'm excited. Do you think I'm gonna age backwards? One can hope. Bought this one. I put this back here so that I can remind myself. This is the second thing when I bought when I was in New York. Yes, I only bought two makeup items when I was in New York with my husband. This is the second one. This is the Le Monster Lip Crayon in Current Matte. I have been, even though you can't tell today, but I've been very into a like muted red lip lately. And this is the perfect color, and I love this formula. I love this formula. I think it's so good. I ranked it really high in my last rankings that I did on my channel. Really recommend this formula. I will say it is a little hard to choose a color online. I have two colors. I have this one, the Current Matte, and I also have the Peach Matte. Both of those are really great, but I would recommend, if you're a little bit unsure about the colors, to go in store and see them. Or if you're like me and you like a muted red, this one, so beautiful. I love it. Oh, and I bought this one. This was a mistake. Mistakes were made. This is from One Size. I've really been enjoying One Size, but I don't think that this is a really good one. I was hoping that this was going to work as a eyeshadow primer. Well, first when I bought it, I thought it was a liquid lipstick because I'm a dum-dum. But then when I got it, I realized that this is the Matte Eye Popper Smoothing Creamy Eyeshadow. I don't think that this is very easy to work with. I think it's tugging a little bit, or it's like drying in when you're trying to blend it, and I feel like it's really hard to get a smooth transition. But this is a beige. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to blend the beige, but still I didn't think I had an easier time blending the bright yellow from NYX than blending this beige from One Size, and I think that says something. I will of course try it out a little bit more, but I'm not super impressed by it. This is the Gimme Brow Plus Voluminizing Pencil by Benefit. I actually have a box over here. They did send me a couple in PR as well, but this is the one that I bought myself. I have used this. I don't think that this is meant for me, that is trying to build a brow and that needs something. This is giving a little bit more blurry result. I think it's perfect if you already have a good shape and you just want to fill it out and make it look a little bit more fluffier and a little bit more like filled in. I don't think it's meant for people like me that literally is trying to build up a brow. So for me, this isn't perfect, but I can definitely see who this is for. Because it is an effortless formula, and it's a little bit more forgiving as well, because it isn't super pigmented, so it will never look like a Sharpie brow. At least not this color. I have the 2.5, which is I think a neutral blonde. I just don't love that look on me. So it's a personal preference. I don't think the product is made for me. I also bought the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I don't know what I expected with this product. I'm still in the process of reviewing it. I think this is beautiful underneath foundation. I think this is beautiful mixed with foundation. I cannot wear this on its own though, because it is sticky. Everything sticks. It is actual flypaper makeup. So for me, this is not a product that I can use on its own. And I kind of remember Charlotte Tilbury's, the one that I'm guessing they're trying to emulate, and remember wearing that on its own and not having that feeling. So I think that as long as you're not intending to wear this on its own, it works pretty much identical to the Charlotte Tilbury. I will say that they're interchangeable, even though that when you swatch them side by side, they're not dupes. But if you're trying to get that effect, absolutely. If you're trying to wear it on its own, you're gonna have to really like makeup that doesn't set down. Otherwise, I think it's gonna drive you crazy. But yeah, I'm in the middle of reviewing that one, so I will let you know. This is the one I'm wearing today. This is the new, one of the new colors by Makeup by Mario. He was releasing a color each week for the whole summer. This is Honey Glow, same good formula, just another color. I'm a big fan. I bought the new bronzer by ColourPop. I'm actually wearing this one today. This is a Super Shock bronzer. If you try the Super Shock bronzers that they had a couple of years ago, this is totally reformulated. This is much more like a cream bronzer than the typical Super Shock formula. And I think it is a good idea that they reformulated, because this formula makes more sense in a cream bronzer. So overall, I've used it twice so far, and I think it looks really good. I have it in Isle of Bet. I really recommend this one as well, the same as the Makeup Revolution one, depending on which one is easiest for you to get a hold of. I think both of those formulas are really solid, affordable formulas. And I'm happy to see that there are more cream bronzers on the affordable spectrum. That's actually good. That's coming out as well. We have a couple of things left, not too many. Okay, I bought a gloss from e.l.f. as well. This is the yellowy gloss from the 1UP collection. I like it. If you want a yellow gloss, I do recommend this. Yellow gloss is perfect for making a lip color look warmer. Example, if you have an orange that's leaning coral and you want it to look warmer, a yellow gloss will help with that. It's a really good transforming topper thing. I bought the new collection. I have the sponge here somewhere. So, oh, and I have these. Maybe I can use them on my face because I feel a little glowy. This is the REM collection that they have with the concealer. It is the sweetener concealer, the blotting paper that come in here, the primer, and I'm actually wearing both the concealer and the primer today. I like the concealer less and less every time I wear it, and it might be because I started this new retinol journey. So I will continue to review this until I feel like my under eyes are back to the normal state, and then I will report back. This primer is like a mix between a pore filling primer and a hydrating primer, but I think the Benefit Professional Light, the one that feels like a water cream, I think they do that better. This is decent, but I wouldn't say it's a favorite. Okay, drugstore things left. I bought a couple of things from AF94. That's in my drugstore video. And I also bought a lip tint from Nomad Beauty by Sharon C. That's also in the drugstore video. I still have not tried this Maybelline Tattoo Studio in Lime Smash, but I will. I most definitely will. I bought this one because I wanted to see. If you know me, you know that I wear something in my waterline every time I do my makeup. I never skip it. So I wanted to like try this one and see that if it's a good alternative from the drugstore, but I still haven't gotten around to it. I will say though that the color that they are showing here and the color they are showing around the eye here, they're not the same color. So already that's a little bit of a miss. Okay, let's get into some PR, and I will try and not spend too much of time about the PR. I'll give you some initial thoughts and I'll like point you in the right direction as to where I'm using them. One of the things that I got in PR that I talked about in my new makeup releases are these duochrome or like multi-chrome liners by Unearthly Cosmetics. These are very opaque, very easy to work with. They have a good applicator and a very visible shift. If you were looking for a product like this, I do think that this could be a good option. If you have multi-chromes at home, you can definitely just use a black liquid liner or a kohl pencil and just then use like an eyeliner pencil and put your multi-chrome on top. That will give the same effect. I will say that sometimes it's nice to have a finished product. I realize that. Had I not been sent these in PR, I probably would not have tried them. But I will say, if you do not own any multi-chromes, these liners, one of these is less expensive than buying one, for example, Cleona or Terra Moonshadow. So it's all up to you what kind of medium you want to use. If you were just planning to use them as a liquid, like a liquid liner, this might be an easier option. I do have a video, like I said, where I'm trying these. It is in the video with the, let me pull out the palette so we can talk about them at the same time. It's in the video where I'm doing the Vitality palette on Unearthly Cosmetics. I was actually really, I don't want to say surprised, but I didn't think that they were gonna like swatch this good. I didn't think that the colors were gonna be so interesting, and I didn't think the shimmers were gonna be like so strong duochromes. Like, I will link the video down below with this palette, but honestly, I'm very, again, I don't want to say surprised, but somehow it took me a little bit by surprise. I was like, oh, these shimmers. Oh, and I love the looks that I did. So I will leave a link to that down below. I do have a code with Unearthly Cosmetics. My code is Angelica, and you can save 10% if you're ordering from the site. I also have this one here, but I will be honest, I'm not 100% sure if the video with this one is up as this one is going up. I think it is, but it is the Sigma and Alice in Wonderland collection, and I think the video is up, but just know I have it. I have filmed the video. And if it's live, I will leave a link to it down below. It probably should be live, but I'm actually not 100% sure. But Sigma did send this, where am I putting this? Here. Sigma did send this to me extra early because I did a sponsored video with this collection. It is a super fun, fairly colorful collection, so don't forget to check that out. I thought it was such a fun one. I also got a palette that I haven't been able to try yet from Gourmande Girls, and this is a ethereal palette. I rarely have time to play with these all shimmer palettes. Even though they look stunning, like look at this, they look beautiful. This is inspired by the owner of Gourmande Girls, a mom's love for like painting with watercolors. It looks stunning. I just rarely get the time to play with all shimmer palettes because I just am a matte shadow girl at heart. But I think it looks really beautiful. If you are into all shimmer palettes, maybe this could be for you. I also have the code with Gourmande Girls. I will leave a link to this website down below. I'm fairly sure it's Angelica too. It looks beautiful. I haven't gotten around to it. I don't know if I will because, like I said, Shimmer palettes, it's not that I dislike them, it's just not my absolute favorite. This is something that I filmed with yesterday, and this is the Tropicolor palette by Sydney Grace in collaboration with Tina from the Fancy Face. This is a palette that's inspired by Tina's home country, which is Jamaica, and I think it's such a pretty palette. I did an all matte, all matte, all blue look, and I'm so proud of the look. The look turned out gorgeous, and this like pastel-y blue is a dream. It's a dream. So I really like playing with this palette. I will leave a link to the video down below. Yeah, this video is going up after this palette is being released, so this is available now. I will link to the palette in the description box. Oh, this one is also available. This is the Nomad Cosmetics, what is it called? I think it's called Montverde Cloud Forest palette. Look at the packaging. Like, do you see that it's like the perfect cutouts for like the sloth and the birds? And this is probably my, yeah, this is my favorite palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I haven't tried each and every single palette that they own, but I've tried quite a few of them, and this is such a cool palette because it is a mix of a muted and bright green palette with these pop of neon mattes. Neon mattes. What's not to love? I do have a video about this one as well, and I do have a code with Nomad Cosmetics. It is Angelica. I really like this palette, and the way the layout is made is to make this palette look like the rainforest is in Costa Rica. Basically, it's greens and then it's pops of exotic birds and butterflies peeking through the greens. I just think that everything is so well thought out with the layout and the theme and the packaging. And yeah, this is my favorite from Nomad so far. I think this is a beautiful palette. I loved the looks that I did with this. I did two very different looks and I love them both so much. And yeah, I really like this one. I have two eyeshadow palettes left to talk about, and one of them I have on my face right now. This is the new palette. This is the Sorcerer palette, and this is the palette that I have on my eyes today. I did film this for TikTok, and probably I'm putting it up on Instagram as well. Maybe I'll put, I don't know what I'm doing. Famous last words, but I did film like a short tutorial. It's probably available where I have my short form videos. Really beautiful palette. I do have swatches of this one both on TikTok and on Instagram if you want to see that. But yeah, it's a really pretty palette, and this is what I did with the palette. I will say the mattes are not my absolute favorite formula of mattes, but they're definitely doable. They are a little bit prone to get a little patchy, but if you pack them on and blend the edges, it's definitely doable. But you can see that in the tutorial that I had to like maneuver them a little bit. And this is the palette that I haven't used yet. This is the Druid palette. I've only swatched this one, but it has more of an earthy, like grounded color story. And a lot of people were telling me that they love this palette. They think it's absolutely amazing. So I think it's gonna be really fun to try this palette out on my eyes as well. Fantasy Cosmetica also gave me a discount code, and the discount code is Angelica if you want to save 10% off their site. And yeah, the code is affiliated as well. Look at this color down here. Do you see that it's like, it's like a green and then a red. There are some really fun like duochrome, like borderline multi-chromes in this palette, and then some like mattes to correspond with them. Like I said, I don't love the mattes, but I think they're like workable. As I'm filming this palette hasn't released yet, and when Bella Beauty Bar asked me if they could send me this Oracle palette, all I had seen was a video on their website, and I thought the video made it look really cute. This is a duochrome multi-chrome palette, but even in their swatches, even in their like videos they're showing with this palette, it doesn't properly convey how beautiful this palette is. This is probably the best duochrome multi-chrome highlighter palette I've ever had in my collection. The pan size is perfect because it's not too big, and you can use these as eyeshadows as well. These are pigmented enough to be inner corner highlight or like topper shades, and the shifts are insane. I am using this in the video about Makeup Revolution, and I am showing you swatches there, and I'm using it on my cheeks, but I cannot really like emphasize how beautiful this is. I did put up some swatches on my TikTok. This is really a high, if you were looking for colorful highlighters, and if you prefer a smaller like palette like this, I really think they nailed the formula with this one, and the colors are beautiful, and all of them are different enough to warrant being in this palette. This is going to be such a good companion as well to have as like topper shades for different eyeshadow looks. I am so happy I have this one. I am surprised. I thought it was going to be nice. I didn't think it was going to be this good quality. I am very happy to have this in my life. I was close to saying like, no, I don't think I have time to review it. But then I saw the video and I was like, oh, that looks really yummy though. It did not fully prepare me for how lovely this one is. And Bella Beauty Bar also gave me a discount code, and it is Angelica. Usually my code is Angelica. I'll have all the info in the description box, but if you were looking for highlighters, I would recommend this one. Colourpop actually did send me some PR, and I'm super excited. I got the High School Musical PR. I do have a full video with this one, doing an eye look and some swatches. And I also have a separate video, the one with the drugstore, when I'm using this palette again. And they also sent me the graphics liners, and I'm using one of these also in that Get Ready With Me. They sent me these gems, but I actually already own them. So now I have duplicates of them, because like I bought them and then they sent it to me. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. I love gems like this. I will say these graphics liners, I do have swatches of these as like a short form content. They're a little hit or miss. I use the So Winey shade and it's beautiful. When I swatched the white one, I'm like, why do you exist? That's how I feel about the white ones. I feel like they're a little hit or miss, and I'm not 100% sure why that is. And then I got some skincare. Some of it I have tried, some of it I not. I got this one. This is from Naturium. And Naturium reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try some of their products. I said, sure. I like trying skincare. This is, look at this big gona. This is the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Wash. I haven't gotten to this one yet because I'm still using some like, what do I call it, some body wash right now. Can I open this? Does this have a smell? I don't know if I'm gonna love the scent. I'm very like, I need to love the scent of soap, but I'm gonna try it out. Multi-oil body wash. If I don't love the scent, I will probably give this to my husband because he has very dry skin. Even though he's fighting me on it, he's like, no, my skin isn't dry. I can literally see it peeling off his face and body. This one I've used quite a lot. You can tell. I've used this quite a lot as like a second cleanse. And this is the Niacinamide Cleansing Gelée 3%. This is the Niacinamide 3% plus hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. This is lovely. It's like comes out as like a liquidy gel. Feels beautiful on the skin. It doesn't irritate at all. It doesn't strip your skin. Honestly, a really nice cleanser. I have been enjoying it. This is also something that I haven't used yet, and it's because I'm using still that beautiful cleansing oil from Peach and Lily. But this is the Naturium Purple Ginseng Cleansing Balm. And it is like it doesn't really smell like anything, and maybe that's a good thing. It's just a cleansing balm. I'll get around to trying that one as well. It's always nice to try some cleansing balms. Let's talk about the two products that I have tried. This is the Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. Love the packaging. Squeeze it to with the pump, 10 out of 10. And this is the Vitamin C Complex Serum plus hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. Pump. Love it. Serums with the pump, moisturizer. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Both of these work really good. Especially this moisturizer is a perfect moisturizer if you're like me and you don't have dry skin. Because I like to moisturize my skin during the day, but sometimes it gets to be too much and I feel like it becomes something that I can see and touch, like a surface on my skin that I don't like a second skin of like goo. And this one just sinks into the skin and leaves it being hydrated, but not that sticky, oily surface, and I really like that. So this has been my pre makeup like moisturizer, and I've really been enjoying it for that. And I brought both of these to New York when I was traveling. So, you know, I like it. And this one I haven't tried yet because I am trying to use up some night creams. And this is the Intense Overnight Sleeping Cream. As the last step in your evening skincare routine, apply a generous layer onto skin and leave on overnight. I haven't even opened this one because I have too many nighttime skincare. Oh. Same kind of like simplistic packaging. I'll get around to it somehow, but I was more in the market for a daytime moisturizer. So if you're like me and you like moisturizing, but you feel like sometimes they get to be too much for daytime, this is a really good one. I think it's found at Target, if I'm not mistaken. I like it. I really enjoy it. And oh, this is also a favorite. I really enjoy this one. Like you can tell on the like the gelée texture, like look at how it moves. yeah, it's really nice. I really like it. Okay, those were the items, those were the things. What have you tried this month? What did you get? Tell me a little bit about your haul. What did you buy? I'd love to hear about it. What has been my biggest, like, ooh, this, I don't know. I think my biggest surprise is this one. I can't believe how much I enjoy this one. It's such a nice one. I will try and leave a link in the description box to the TikTok where you can see me like swatch it and show it up close, because yeah, it's really nice. I'm very surprised about that one. Let me know about all of your favorites and fails down in the comments. Thank you again, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this video. Have an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you again tomorrow for a new video. Bye!